Okay, hey everyone, welcome to the call. Yay, it's August. Lots of fun, exciting things going to happen. We're super excited because we have Logan Jones on tonight. He is the Jewel coach for our region, and he's been awesome at coaching Justin and I and a lot of us on the team. So actually, we're going to just turn it over to him. He has some things he's going to share and coach us on. And then we might do, I don't know, Logan, what's normal? Do you ever do a Q&A?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Totally open to Q&A.
Okay. And Justin might have a couple things he has up his sleeve, too. He had mentioned to me. So I'll just mute, and you can take it away.
Cool. Well, thank you, Megan. I appreciate that. So, yeah, like she said, super fortunate to, be working at the home office. It's every bit as fun as it looks. And it's so fun being in a unique spot, being field facing, to be able to connect with all of you out in the field too. It's truly a blast, and I love doing team calls like this and getting to know everybody. So I'm really looking forward to it. But I want to first off recognize this team because it is 100% well deserved. This team truly just sets that standard, does things effective, does things ethical, and it's truthfully just I'm very fortunate to be working with this team. Just keep doing what you're doing, because Justin and Megan they're blazing the trail, and they're doing it the right way. And I wanted to give some specific shout outs too. And I apologize if I say any names wrong. I'll do my best. Lynn Howersville with 14 enrollments in July. Katie Donovan with 11. Sarah Chasse, I hope I said that right, with 9. Michael Gosnell with 9 as well. Angie, I see that you also had 5 there too, so huge congratulations. Jody Gosnell with 5. Molly Schultz with 4. Denise Becker with 4. And then, of course, I was not surprised to see Amy Booker on here as well with 4 too. So huge congratulations. And this team also making the leaderboard. I mean, I'm bragging about this team all the time. Just being totally honest, this team is absolutely awesome. So, let's get it started. So first I wanted to, kind of recap July. I mean, it was an absolutely amazing month across the board for the team, but also, for the company. It was preliminary numbers. I mean, nothing's set in stone until commission's finalized, but it looks like this was truly a record-breaking month for our company as far as rank advancements, growth, point growth, really kind of however we shake it. It was a monumental month for us. So moving into August, I mean, a lot of amazing things, that have been implemented now with this, the silver incentive, something carrying over, some excitement there. But first I wanted to touch on the product of the month with the Vital Biome. I think that, us as a company, we really are on that forefront of just biological science in regards to our microbiome. And myself being a red-green and being a former product specialist for the company, this is something that is really exciting for me, and I love seeing everybody getting behind this huge initiative that we're taking as a company, and really just grabbing the bulls by the horns and educating yourself and going out there and educating others. And it's changing lives every single day. But at this point, we have these clinical studies, we have these substantiations, we have this verbiage to go out there and say things, even just saying things like dysbiosis. And mentioning that it helps with stress relief, and it's truly amazing, and it's a testament to how hard our product development team has worked to put those tools in all of your toolboxes to go out there and have these conversations. And it's so awesome because I'm just a quick little backstory on me. When I was going to school, I actually worked for about 3 years as a nutrition counselor for a health and wellness company, and that's when I really started to believe in the whole gut health initiative because. I myself jumped on probiotics, and they've changed my life, but also seeing that our regulars that we always had, the people who were 100% committed, and they were always placing orders and getting them on regimens, a lot of times it really geared around their gut health, whether it was prebiotics, probiotics, digestive enzymes. So I truthfully believe that with this initiative, getting these products in people's hands is 100% the first step, because once you get your gut healthy and happy, you're a lifer. And it's going to change your life as well. And some things that I believe are just amazing tools and resources. The back office. Those back office shareables, those will take as deep a dive as you want, whether you're a green or whether you want to bring out your green for a couple hours, couple minutes, and go check those out. They're amazing. I'm a huge fan. Being a green, I love podcasts. And if any of you out there are kind of in that similar boat, I'm a huge fan of, her name is Dr. Rhonda Patrick. She's just very well educated in the field of the microbiome. And just if you ever want to go kind of take a deep dive look, I highly recommend checking out some of her videos. But then moving into the August incentive. So this silver, obviously that carried over, that create, I just love what we're doing here, because we're building sustainability, and it's developing leaders. Putting this emphasis on developing these silvers and golds, it's just going to help so much with that sustainability for the short term and for the long term. Really allow this incentive to just be that launching pad for developing all these leaders. Whether it's getting them on track with the Lexi app or the rank up roadmap, whatever it is. I think that the most important thing is just that consistent message from their sponsor. And really, I always just say, whatever it was that made you as successful as possible, combined with the new tools and resources that are going to allow these new people to be as successful as possible. And one thing with the silvers that I'm a huge fan of, because the truth is coming into this, it's, I don't want to use the word overwhelming, but sometimes it's tough to really know exactly, exactly where to put that focus sometimes for new people. So I'm a huge fan of creating lists, creating lists for people to really get in that mindset of like, who do I focus on? Categorizing people, whether it's people who want the products, people who need the products, business-minded people maybe you've worked with in the past or gone to school with, and you're like, that girl or that guy, they get it. That's somebody I want to team up with. And power partner, dream team list, whatever that looked like. So I'm a huge fan of those, and I'll touch on those a little bit more in a second. But and then golds, with this gold incentive, this is obviously a huge opportunity, a very, very generous incentive that we're rolling out there, and it has me extremely excited. And just a couple recommendations here, for getting to that gold status. Truthfully, especially if maybe you're at 50 points and you had a few enrollments last month, but you're not, right, like looking at it, you're like, well, I could be a couple people short. It's going to take some enrollments from this month. I'm a huge, huge fan in enrolling people, having them, of course, come on with the welcome pack. Myself personally, not a fan of people bypassing that, but having them join with these 7-day trial packs. I love that concept because, one, getting them commission qualified, but two, I think it's very advantageous for that person as well, because they're brand new, and getting these 7-day trial packs in their hands to go out there to give to people, to start these conversations for that person to go silver. So it's going to help you right there, right off the bat, going gold. It still gets that welcome pack in their hand, but it's also going to be a launching pad for that person to get to silver as well. So I really like positioning it from that angle. And then also, of course, bringing these people on once they've, purchased their welcome pack, having them bring a customer on as well to get commission qualified too. So a couple different ways to go about it there. But I can't even tell you how excited I am for this incentive. I think just the incentives team that we have, being strategic with the way that we are approaching this, and full disclosure, without giving away too much, they're still very strategic, and it's it's not something that I anticipate changing anytime soon. So moving on to other things. I think that right now, with the landscape of the business and the incentives and everything, there's a few things that are just so important to focus on. Really now more than ever. And one of them, just right off the bat, it's that consistent effort. And I say that, for a few reasons, but mainly because this momentum that we have right now, it's unprecedented. It's huge. It truly is huge. And we don't want that to stop. It feels good. It's amazing. You're out there changing lives. Truthfully. And I love consistent effort because it's applicable to anything. People always say, I've heard people in the home office say, I've heard, people I'm working with say, they're like, I wish there was just some magic answer I could give, the people I'm working with, or ambassadors. I wish there was just some magic answer for something I can do. And the truth is, there really kind of is. And it's just consistent hard work. It's just consistently getting out there and grinding and knocking out those IPAs. And I'm a huge fan of doing it, having fun, doing it with somebody that finding that accountability partner, just making it as fun as possible for you, but just going out there and just, being a consistent person and being a now person, just being a now person. And That's why I love it, because it's applicable to anything. It's like, hey, if I have to knock something out, I just doing it right there instead of procrastinating. But my favorite quote of all time is, it's so simple. It's just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Whether it's work, meeting with a prospect, going to school, these Zoom calls. I mean, every single person that hopped on here, you're taking time out of your day. It means a bunch to me that you're willing to do that, to come on here and listen, to what I have to say. And I mean, those who show up, go up. I mean, it's true. I mean, you show up, you keep, going to events, listening from your leaders at the top with Justin and Megan. I mean, I promise you, you're going to get the results that you want. And I don't know if anybody's familiar with the popcorn effect or the popcorn analogy. And I love it because it really paints that picture for, a Plexus ambassador. So we compare putting, some popcorn in the microwave for 3 minutes, right? Each minute is indicative of 1 month. So 3 months. So we put that popcorn in the microwave. That first minute, nothing really happens. The second minute, not a ton's happening. But it's in 2 minutes to 30 seconds, and it's in 2:30 to 3 minutes where all of it starts to pop. So, I mean, I love that analogy right there. I mean, if you were to put it in for 1 minute, take it out, put it in for another minute, take it out, it might take you 12, 15 minutes to make that popcorn. And, something that could have taken 3 months might take a year. So I like, just kind of thinking in terms of that. And the person who has that video, his name's Bob Heilig. If you want to go check out this popcorn analogy video, nodding their heads, yes, sounds like this is something you've seen before. So I love that one. And then another thing that's super important right now is teamwork. And I know that that's something that this team thrives off of and does an amazing job of. And I think right now more than ever, working together with developing these silvers, developing these golds. I mean, right off the bat, whether you're a gold or if you're somebody that's, been, worked hard enough to achieve silver and gold, painting that picture for the people, sideline sisters, for people under you, whatever it looks like, for what it took for you to get there. Getting those goals in place, getting that plan of attack in place, executing, and then accountability. I think that, just with teamwork, those encompass all of those things. And, another little backstory on me, my background was actually in kind of the firefighter industry. And my fire chief used to always tell us in training, he would quiz us. He was like, okay, what are we going to do if this happens? And what are we going to do if this happens? He's like, okay, so we have such a perfect plan of attack in place that the only way that we don't execute this and do this perfect is if you literally don't go out there and take action and execute. So, I think with that teamwork aspect, it's, just holding each other accountable and just making sure that execution truly takes place too. And then with that, accountability. I love accountability chats, and I love people that hold each other, hold other people accountable. But I think the best thing is somebody who holds themselves accountable. And the truth is, you've grown and you've maintained your business in the hardest times that we're ever going to have with Plexus. And I mean that. With the tools, the resources that we have, just full disclosure, I was in there, working on, messing with the new back office this week. We've been in there checking things out. Just tinkering. I don't want to give away too much, but it's going to be a lot better. Let's just put it that way. Just with these back office shareables, everything, the tools and resources are in place to absolutely have that launching pad and grow your business. And I think the most important thing is to always remember that it's never the resources between you and a goal. It's always your resourcefulness towards those resources. So, just going out there and just applying them, to be totally honest, I jumped in the back office shareables today for the first time in like 2 or 3 weeks. And Jake Hoffman, the other coach, and I, we were like, dude, they've updated this and this is amazing. Like, there is so much amazing content in there. And it just had me super excited. I think that it's a huge, integral piece to growing your business. And then something else that I'll get into that I'm sure if anybody that I've connected with has probably heard me, mention this at some point, but something that I'm a firm believer in. And I usually refer to it as the 4 pillars of business action. So something simple. It's enrollments, retention, duplication, and then developing leaders. So 4 pieces of the business that I think, whether we want to call it IPAs, daily method of operation, whatever it is. If it falls under those umbrellas right there, then you're absolutely doing it right. So with the enrollment piece, there's obviously, a lot of things that go into enrollments. Everybody, kind of has their strengths, people, doing different things. I'm a firm believer that testimonies and rank advancements are the life of the business. I mean, the truth is people don't like being sold products. People want to be told a story. They want to be told a story that resonates with them. And I, I don't even use the term network marketing that much. I think it's really relationship marketing to me. People trust people. If you have an amazing story out there, if you know somebody that has an amazing story, I mean, people want to hear it. People truly want to hear it, something that's going to resonate with them. So, I mean, and then, with the rank advancements too, I mean, that's going to keep everybody motivated. So I think anytime that you can go out there and share your story, whether it's face-to-face with somebody or especially on the team page, getting people excited, getting people to see that. But I think just really dialing up what your testimony is. And if you're new, or even if you're taking the products now and building your testimony, don't ever hesitate to use other people's too. I mean, they really are just as impactful. I mean, there's some amazing stories out there, and yeah, don't hesitate to just, share it with everybody. And, one thing, how I said we were going to kind of touch on it later with helping to develop the silvers. And this really applies with everybody. But, so much of it is confidence, right? It's confidence to go out there and have these conversations. I'm not naive to the fact it's not easy. It's not easy at all, no matter if you're wearing a Plexus shirt or not, to go up there and have these conversations with people, or even, messaging people on social media, no matter what it is. Sometimes it can feel uncomfortable. And I think the most important thing is to, one, build the confidence to go out there and say, you know what, I don't care. I want to have this conversation with this person because it can change my life and it can change their life. And the truth is, the most important thing is to make it as, natural and organic as possible, right? So I'm a firm believer in really gearing these conversations, obviously, towards that other person. And one way that, I really like to do that is, and first off, just before I get into it, I don't think it's important when you bring up Plexus with people, when you're talking to them, whether you're face-to-face or over the phone. The important thing is that you do bring it up. And obviously, it's what better way than to have it organically come up, or even better yet, have them bring it up with you. So here's a little acronym that I am a huge fan of as far as qualifying people for products and really just gearing the conversations towards people to really learn about them. And the acronym is FORM. And it's just like anything else, you're all professionals out there building your business, and it's just like being a baseball player practicing your swing. It's repetition. It's going through, it's doing the role play and practicing. So what it stands for, it's family, occupation, recreation, and then meals. So just, learning about these things as you go along and build these relationships with others. I mean, learning about their family. Maybe the husband has, your wife has an underlying condition, that could, there's obviously tons of products that we have geared towards, all kinds of different things. Maybe the kid could jump on, kids multivitamin. And then occupation. I mean, there's a huge opportunity. I mean, that one's twofold right there, because maybe this person just hates their life, or not their life, hates their job. They don't enjoy driving to work every single day. And there's your opportunity to, comp plan pays 50-50, 11 different ways to earn. And one quote that I really love that just paints the entire picture is actually from Carl Robinson. He said, our company, we don't have 1,000 millionaires. We have 1,000,000 thousandaires. You can walk, you can run, or you can sprint. And that's what I just love about it. And just introducing it to people from that angle. And how, with occupation being twofold, I take the X Factor every single day. And one, because it's a great multivitamin, but two, because I'm too young to have terrible eyesight like I have. My eyesight is horrible. I'm always wearing glasses or contacts, and it's loaded up with vitamin A. Vitamin A is why carrots are so good for your eyes. So that's why I take it. But then, on the flip side, like someone like my father, who is a firefighter, who takes the Ease and, the Nerve and the Ease cream also for, let's just say for temporary relief to his active lifestyle. So you know what I'm saying. But R. So then R, with recreation. Kind of the same thing. Is this somebody that's, they're going hiking, beating up their joints every weekend? They could use some omegas, to lubricate their joints. Or maybe this person's, a drinker. They're drinking on the weekends, and they could just use some, good natural supplementation to, fuel their body and get themselves healthy. And then that kind of ties in with meals also. Not all of us, and myself included, are eating all of our fruits and veggies every day. It's, X Factor chewables. I eat the X Factor chewables all the time. They taste really good. But, those fill in those nutritional gaps that we're not always getting from our foods that we have. So huge fan of that. And then something else that I think is really just relevant right now. I've seen some people that I'm working with really take a really strong initiative towards social media. If that's something, I mean, obviously I'm sure a lot of people are utilizing social media, but even more specific, Instagram, Snapchat, and if that is an avenue that you're going down, I believe that Instagram is amazing for sustainability purposes. For, and also for targeting people on, specific people. I mean, being strategic with hashtags and the, searches and exploring on there, direct messaging. And I mean, myself, so I'm not super proud to admit this, but I am a millennial. I know that we don't have the best reputation, but pretty much every millennial that I know wants to be an entrepreneur. And pretty much every millennial that I know has an Instagram. So I think that that's an amazing place to meet them, on their level as well too. And just one example to get, if you do, take that Instagram road, which I think is awesome. So how's the best way to put it? So when posting, I mean, obviously, some Plexus, some family, but really tell a story. Getting people intrigued, getting people interested, and part of being strategic with hashtags. So if you're, a mom with kids and you're taking your kids to school every morning, chances are a lot of your target market is also taking their kids to school that morning. Probably not the best time to post that picture. So, a lot of times in the evening, and, now with football season coming up, we got baseball coming on, posting a picture of, or even your favorite TV show, whatever it is, Plexus Slim, hashtag Cubs game, hashtag, all of these things, hashtag, Hall of Fame game, things like that. And I just watch, don't judge right off the bat your success on how many enrollments you get, all of these things. I mean, build your base. The goal is to have people coming to you, seeking you out eventually. Judge your success right off the bat on how many likes you get from people that aren't following you. Just how many follows you're getting, because the algorithms that play into Instagram tie in so much with those hashtags and the times that you post them. And I'm telling, truthfully, I've posted some things that just happen to be the right hashtag, and they take off for no reason really. So I challenge you to, try that out. It's a lot of fun. I think that's the cool thing. It's a lot of fun too. So definitely, explore that avenue if you're looking into it. And then retention. So retention, obviously something that, it's a huge, a huge piece of this business. And the truth is, with retention, the most important thing is to control what you can control, because there are a lot of things that are outside of your control. And the things that you can control, it's the convenience orders, and it's building the relationship. Follow up, build the relationship, whatever we want to call it. I mean, those are the two biggest things right there within your control. And also, part of follow up, making sure people are staying consistent on their products, trying new products, branching out there. But yeah, I mean, I think that so much of it goes into, verbiage, bringing people on. And the truth is, I mean, I don't want to throw the exact number out there, but, on this, there's a lot of enrollments, obviously, on this team, and the team did a very good job with enrollments. And just overall, this team does a good, with convenience orders in place with the enrollment. So, yeah, I mean, I think a lot of it has to do, with the verbiage. Big fan of if I would you. So, if I were to, pour into your team and hook you up with, link you in with my upline and our trainings, would you commit 60 to 90 days to myself and the products with your convenience order in place? I also really like, best case, this company, these products are going to change your life. They're going to change your health, and you can use a testimony right there. Or they're going to change your finances, use a testimony. And worst case scenario, we have a 60-day money back guarantee. Maybe that's, the last ditch attempt if you don't want to mention the 60-day money back guarantee. But the truth is, day 59, if somebody calls, we're going to take care of them. So, I like to, anytime you can just let people's guards down and let them know that this is for you. This is for your success. Because the truth is, people are coming in for two reasons. They're coming in for health, or they're coming in for the business. And outside of maybe some drama on the team, they're leaving because the products didn't work. Chances are they probably didn't take them correctly. Or, finances, they're not making the money that they're expecting. And obviously, we know the best way to do that, going silver, getting that initial bonus, building residual income, things like that. So I think anytime just getting brand new person, hey, let's keep them consistent on their products and let's get them to silver right off the bat. And I think that you're covering all of your bases right there. But yeah, and then duplication. Duplication, obviously, a huge thing as well. And I mean, team calls like this is such a big thing to teach that duplication. I think within duplication, the most important thing is, having a consistent message. Just having a consistent, whatever that means, whether, obviously their team page, what a great place, to have that consistent message and to really identify what is and is not duplicatable. I think that so much of this business, falls into that as well. And I mean, there's all kinds of things that are duplicatable. I mean, product knowledge, general trainings, book studies, things like that. But then within duplication as well, I'm a firm believer that you're going to get 80% of your results from 20% of your people. So pouring into that 20%, that's going to get you that 80% of those results. And another thing, the truth is that the team under you that gets you to Ruby is probably going to be different than the team that gets you to Senior Ruby and the team that gets you to Emerald and so on and so on, So and that's an ever-changing list of that 20 and 80. So really, identify that, and whatever that looks like, but just really, finding those people that are willing to go out there and commit and just pouring into their team. But yeah, I think just that consistent message and speaking everybody's language, identifying whether it's the colored personalities, but just speaking people's language. I think as far as duplication and people being receptive, that's, a huge thing there. And that also kind of ties into developing leaders as well. I mean, developing leaders in this industry, while probably the toughest one to really quantify, it's probably the most important. And so much of it, I think right off the bat, most important thing, if you want to develop a leader, lead by example. I mean, I think that's the best thing to do. Just be a leader yourself. I think obviously speaking their language, another huge thing there, whether it's recognition for really anybody who doesn't like recognition, but, recognition for people. I mean, a lot of people, when well-deserved, hey, like that's something that keeps me motivated. If Sarah Bjorgard comes up to me or Tarl comes up to me and says, hey, you did a really good job on X, Y, and Z. I'm sitting there like, that's so cool. Like that, I'm just doing my job, but it just feels good, obviously. So, and then also empowering people. The truth is, I mean, you don't want to just, let them fly like, week 2, but I mean, people get to a point where it's sometimes it is time to empower that person and allocate things to them. And, sometimes it's different ranks for different people a lot of times. And sometimes, it can be a slower progression. But and then another thing as far as the colored personalities, and this doesn't obviously apply to every single person, but just something that I like throwing out there so that people are cognizant of it while, kind of moving along in your journey. I've seen a lot of people who are very red that get a ton of enrollments have a tough time sometimes with that allocating piece and empowering other people. And one example that I use, Tara Berger, she went Senior Ruby in 3 months. And she actually, she just hit 4,500 points with 1150 in her outside leg, whatever that may or may not indicate. So she is absolutely crushing it right now. And she was at Senior Ruby for 11 months. And she's a very red personality. And it took, for her to work with her upline, Megan Moore, to say like, hey, maybe start, take, and it sounds weird to say, but take the foot off the gas pedal a little bit as far as recruitment and pour into these people, pour into them and help them, develop them. And, now look at her. I mean, she's just absolutely, that was the launching pad that she needed. And then on the flip side, a lot of times it's kind of the complete opposite, with yellows, but just being aware of these things. And if you find yourself in these positions, maybe taking a step back and like, hey, how can I maybe recalibrate a couple things? But just wanted to throw it out there. But the truth is, with developing leaders, I can honestly say that, working with the Jewels and even Senior Rubies in the Central region, over half came on just for the products. And whether it was something different for everybody, whether it was an event or a book or a product that they fell in love with. But the biggest common denominator that I've heard always is just linked in with my upline. I was linked in with my upline. My upline is consistent. They poured into me. They believed in me when I didn't believe in myself. And that there's something to be said for that. There really is. So, just no matter what, I think just, being that person that's, there for your team. And, a couple books that I absolutely love, have absolutely 100% changed my way of thinking, just my approach to all of this. I love the Strength Finder 2.0 book. And I wish that I had it right here like I do at my desk so that I could put it right in front of this camera and show you all. But it's Strength Finder 2.0 by Tom Rath. The cool thing about this book is you can actually, if you purchase the book, it's like $10 off Amazon. You can go online and take a test, and it spits out your top 5 strengths that you have. And and when you read through the book, you learn about these strengths and you learn about, other people's strengths as well. But just as important as it is for me to know my 5 strengths, it's also just as important for me to know, like Jake Hoffman, the other coach in the Central Region, who I work obviously very close with. I need to know his strengths too. And I need to know the other coach's strengths as well. And my boss, Sarah, needs to know her strengths too, because we're always on different projects that she assigns and allocates based off of what we're good at. Maybe somebody is amazing at bringing people on, starting a conversation, whereas somebody else is amazing at getting those convenience orders on, so just getting in that mindset. And I think anytime that you can really identify what you truly excel at, it just opens up your potential and everything else. So, I love that. And then also The Psychology of Selling by Brian Tracy. The reason I love it is because it's not like, hey, buy this, it's not a product to product type sales. The truth is, we're always selling things. Right now, I'm selling you all on the idea of these concepts and, these ideas that I have. I mean, it's just a thing that we're doing on a consistent basis. And it really just kind of gets you in that mindset of, the psychology behind it, what to say, how to say things. So, and that's by Brian Tracy. I absolutely love that book. I've read it twice. Highly, highly recommend it. But I think that's pretty much everything I have. I just want to say again, this team, it's absolutely, you're on fire. I mean, you really are on fire. I have zero reservations, doubts saying that we're looking right here at the first Illinois double diamond household here. So follow their lead. They're absolutely crushing it. So open it up to, I know Justin sounds like he has some things to say. So, or whatever Q&A, whatever we have.
Hey, Logan. We did have a quick question about the yellows. You were talking about reds. Curious what your take is on yellows in light of leadership style. Like, obviously the reds have their strength and weakness, but then in light of the yellows,
right? You kind
of alluded.
I mean, I think a lot of times with yellows, I really don't know how to explain it best. I think that a lot of times the yellows just how can I best put it? I don't really know how to explain it. They, I don't know, aren't sometimes as like dialed into. I really don't know. I don't know how to put it without it coming out weird. But I'll shoot you over like an email. I know it's kind of a weird thing. I have something that I wrote up on it. I can't think about it. But yeah, I'll shoot it over to you in an email. Like
okay.
The specific example that I'm thinking of.
Because I'm very red.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm somewhat yellow, but the red is very predominant. And so if I'm given a goal, I'm very much, if I set a goal and I'm going to add 20 people this month, I will add 20 people.
Right.
But my, like you said, my weakness would be
mm-hmm.
like developing those people and pouring into those people and making sure there's a relationship there with those people.
Right. And that's I literally just had like the biggest brain fart ever. So, but no, I think a lot of times with yellows in senior Ruby Emerald, I think a lot of times too soon they empower people like right off the bat. They're like, hey, you're great. You can, start your own team page, do this, things like that. And don't get as much in the nitty gritty or hold them as accountable. I think a lot of the time, sometimes the accountability piece misses. And I mean, I don't know if it's aggressiveness, if that's the word that I'm looking for, but I'm a huge fan. I think anytime that you can find somebody who's a super red to team up with somebody who's a super yellow, or somebody who's a super yellow to team up with a super red, I think that is kind of what I'm trying to say. I don't think that there's anything wrong with, being a certain color of any type, because, obviously you can grow the business either way. But yeah, I think with yellows, sometimes getting to that point, just empowering people a little bit too soon before they've, gone out there and I don't know, done the things as far as, enrollments or knocked out ranks to where, maybe they are ready to kind of be taken off the leash.
I like that idea of teaming up with a different color personality so that you're more balanced.
Right. And I also, one thing I recommend to teams, like I don't know why I didn't think of this. So I work with a team and she's very yellow. Like she's just super, super yellow. And she's like, I don't know what to do. all my posts are yellow. I have this team full of reds, and I don't know how to lead them. I don't know. And this is what especially in regards to the team page, I'm like, hey, this is what she started doing. The game Sorry? The game Sorry, how they have the blue, the yellow, the green, and the red. I'm like, hey, every day, just wake up when you're going to post it, just spin that thing. And if it lands on red, post a red post. If it lands on green, post some analytical thing about the products. If it lands on yellow, then post your yellow post. So I think, just finding a way to speak people's language. And one thing that I've heard, and this is just, an idea that I've heard recently that I thought was really cool that resonated a ton with yellow personalities. So there's one team out there and maybe there's other teams out there, but there's a team out there that I heard who is actually, for every enrollment that they get on their team, they are actually donating $1 to the top enroller on the team's favorite charity. So, just speaking people's language, that's something that I think, it's obviously, I think that's super awesome, to be totally honest. I'm working on some charity stuff with Plexus right now. I think it's absolutely amazing. But, and I'm not, really a yellow, but any yellow obviously is going to just think that's super cool. So, yeah, but teaming up with people, playing to each other's strengths, I think that's the best way to do it.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
All right. Well, thanks, Logan, for joining us this evening.
Definitely.
Awesome to see you again. I'm just going to share a couple quick things, and then I think we're done, right?
Well, I don't mind if we open it up for Q&A. If you have a few minutes, Logan.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah.
I was just going to share just a couple things just to reiterate the awesome incentive that's going on this month. It's a incredible income opportunity. I don't know that we've had an incentive this big as far as income opportunity goes since we've been in Plexus. So as far as going silver, as far as going gold, I would definitely look into that incentive and develop the people that are under you to go silver, to go gold, whatever the case might be, because like I said, the opportunity is pretty incredible.
There's no limit. Like, you can develop as many silvers as you want.
Yeah. There's no cap on this thing. So as many people as you can get to go silver, that would be huge advantage financially for you.
Well, and I think too is I was chatting with another Jewel, and she said they're encouraging their people, if their newbies aren't all about posting on Facebook, that's okay. They can talk to their immediate family and friends and just say, you want to try these with me? I need an accountability partner, because we all are better, more successful with accountability. And so basically you kind of help them organically be silver, and then it blesses them because they get a couple months worth of products paid for, and it blesses you.
Right. Another thing real quick, just with all the incentives that are going on, there's a saying, if you've been around for a while, it's kind of cliche by now, but for anybody that might be new out there, it's called the fortune is in the follow-up. And I can't stress how important following up is, especially when you have momentum going, especially when there's a big incentive that's going on. Following up is huge. I'll just tell you a quick story about follow-up, a follow-up failure of mine. 6-7-ish months ago, I went and talked to a girl about Plexus. It was probably the most awkward meeting I've ever had in my life. She was so not interested, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. And I wrote her down on my Frank's list, and just like I do with everybody, I moved her from reach out to follow up, and I went to her name on the follow-up day, and I'm like, she is not interested at all. I'm moving past and going on to the next person. I got a message from her not too long after that. She said, hey, I just wanted to let you know I've been really thinking about Plexus and this other company. I had narrowed it down to the two. I was really interested in Plexus, but I think I'm going to go with this other company. And thank you for your time. And she's killing it with this other company. Oops. So, and anyway, she got a tattoo of this company logo that she's working for, like on her arms. I'm like, okay, it's cool that she joined the other company. I mean, whatever. I'm not against tattoos. But I don't think we have anybody with a Plexus tattoo yet. Maybe Logan does. I'm not sure.
There's like three. I saw like two people at convention. I guess there's another guy.
Okay. I mean, I love Plexus and all, but
right?
no. So anyway, just a lesson. with all these incentives going on, with the momentum going on, definitely the fortune's in the follow-up. That is true. And make sure that you're following up.
I have a story about that too.
Yes.
Assume they're interested. I was highly, highly intrigued and interested in Plexus. I reached out to every single person on my Facebook feed doing Plexus. Carrie Netherton signed up a diamond because she followed up. I didn't know it was a diamond. I was just interested in getting healthy and getting the products at wholesale, cheapest cost. Like 4 to 6 months is what I was thinking of doing with the product. So follow-up is so key. A girl messaged me about 4 months in and said, oh yeah, I meant to send you that sample. I'm so sorry. Do you still want it? I was like, hey girl, I'm already gold. Sorry. I'm loving Plexus. But I mean, I couldn't join every single person I chatted with, but assume people are interested. It gives you confidence and boldness instead of assuming the negative. It's that head trash thing again. Get rid of it and be excited and passionate. People will join your passion. That's so, so true. So anyways, little story there, kind of interesting. So
I just have a couple quick things real quick. One thing is don't be afraid to make friends with other network marketers and other companies. I'm starting to see fruit from doing that several months ago. One of the things that I've been trying to do is to friend as many other network marketing people as I can, because network marketing in general, the industry has a really bad taste in people's mouth. People look at it as a negative thing. And I think one of the reasons is because we run down other network marketers. So one thing that I've been trying to do in our area is to kind of build that bridge and that gap, and I try to support other network marketers. I don't buy their stuff. I don't like their products on the Facebook posts, but when I can, I will show support publicly to them, because I want people to see a different view of network marketing. I want them to see what I see. I see nothing negative about network marketing at all. I think it's incredible. So what I'm trying to do is to educate our Facebook network, and just let them see something different about network marketing. And now I have a few network marketers that are contacting me about probiotics.
mm-hmm.
So
we have products that are needed by everyone, even other network marketers. I've been open to doing like a product swap with other network marketers. So if you have people that end up friending you or following you on Instagram, that's, if it's not a convening company, it's something that you can consider, because you can get a new preferred customer that way.
Yeah, so I'm trading probiotics now for a juice fast. So, hey, whatever, go for it. And one thing I want to point out too is that if you haven't looked at your email or received the email, in your back office, if you go to training, under training, it says rank up roadmap. The silver rank up roadmap has been available. Now the gold is available. On the back office, from what I'm seeing, it still says coming soon, but you can click on it and it's working. So definitely utilize that. It's a great tool. If you don't know what direction to go, that's a great place to start. There's a lot of wonderful information in that that'll help you achieve your goals.
Plug your people into it too. The ones that are working on silver and the ones that are working on gold.
Right. And just in talking to Logan, I talk to Logan every, couple weeks, week and a half or so. And he gives us tons of good information. But from what we're seeing, just the trends that we're seeing in the team, the momentum we're seeing in the team, guys, there's some, I don't know, there's some big stuff coming for this team. This team, I don't know, I wish you could just see everything I see. I don't even know how to put it all into words, but the trends that we're seeing, I'm telling you what, there's going to be a double diamond couple in Illinois, and it's not going to be the diamond and already sapphire in Southern Illinois. It's going to be in Coles County. I'm just telling you, it's just,
it's going crazy.
It's not because of us either. It's
you guys.
It's the work ethic of the team. It's the integrity of the team. It's the unity of the team. It's the attitude of the team.
Our culture.
It's getting together on Monday mornings and praying with the team. There's a lot of things going on that just make this team, in my opinion, probably one of the best in the company. I think it just is. I don't care what other people say. I'm biased. But, and once again, and if you looked on the email we got, of the Scoop email, the team was recognized again in the top list for building business bonuses.
It's a disguised name.
Yeah. This team beat out Bridget Ryan's team this week or last week. That's a big deal, guys. That's
we're not diamonds. So that's really cool that we're on there.
So,
and we have been every once in a while. So that's cool.
Yeah. So there's a lot of really cool things going. There's a lot of answers to prayer, things that we were talking about several months ago when things were flat and not going anywhere. We talked about a veil kind of being over the team. Lisa, you remember that? There was kind of a veil over the team and over Plexus as a whole, and I think it's gone. And there's just some pretty awesome things coming.
Lynn was also on leaderboard as a top enroller.
Yes.
So whoop whoop for Lynn.
I'm
going to open it up for Q&A real quick.
Yeah, that's really all I got.
So you have Logan here as someone that you can ask some questions to. So if you have one, we'll take a few minutes and take a couple of questions. Just unmute yourself.
Cool. And one thing really quick, I just want to just kind of piggyback. You're totally right. There really is something special with the team. And, I really think that this last month showed a lot of, kind of differentiating a lot of the teams that are, I don't know, you're just going out there and that are absolutely on fire. I don't really know how else to put it. A lot of teams had a down month last month, and the teams that really show up and put forth that consistent effort didn't. And this was one of those teams that showed up and just absolutely had an amazing month. So he's absolutely 100% right. And one thing with what he was saying with, the network marketing, kind of the negative connotation attached to it, I love just asking if anybody ever has anything to say negative about network marketing. I love just the simple question of asking, have you ever been negatively impacted by network marketing? Because right there, what can they say? They can either say no, and they're probably going to feel pretty silly, which maybe it's a good thing that they feel a little silly for that. And or they're going to say yes. And that's your opportunity to explain why Plexus is different, because it's not a scam. We all know it's not a scam. It's a stand-up company that has really good top-notch products, and I think just kind of dropping people's guards down to explain that's huge. Yeah, cool deal. Let's open up for some Q&A. So it's not your resources, but your resourcefulness. With all these tools and everything that we have in the back office, right now, Rank Up Roadmap, that InMotion magazine. That it lays out a lot of the duplication processes in there. These shareables. Even the coaching program that we have. Truthfully, I'm a tool. I'm a resource to try to help you all. And it's just taking that information and just applying it. Taking these tangible things and turning them into success. Using these shareables and going out there and having the conversations and applying that knowledge you just learned and having those conversations with people. Challenging yourself from things maybe from this call or a conversation with Megan and Justin. So I think just being as resourceful towards these resources and for your team as possible. So leadership insights on blues and greens. Let's see here. So let's see, with blues, well, we all know blues. Obviously, blues are going to love the recognition pieces right there. So are we asking this question as far as helping to inspire the blues, or if you are a blue or if you are a green?
You can unmute, Gretchen.
If you are a blue or a green or a blue-green.
Well, I think anytime, no matter what you're doing, playing to your strengths. And this is applicable to whether it's, yellows, blues, greens. But the truth is, we've seen reds, we've seen blues, we've seen greens, we've seen, yellows make it to the top. And it's just, finding what makes you tick. And so much of it is tough because so much of it is pouring into other people to where you can't be 100%. If you're 100% blue or 100% green, chances are you're probably not going to be successful other than, with those people. So I think any any color that you are. I mean, speaking people's language and like, you know, that recommendation with you know, the 4 color personalities of network marketing. I mean, you know, I think anytime, you know, being as educated as possible and being really self-aware, you know, just being super self-aware about, you know, your actions and how the implications that they have on other people and the, you know, the color personalities that they are. I mean, myself being, you know, having a lot of green in me, like I personally thrive off of, you know, learning, you know, just the endless knowledge. Like I absolutely love it. When I'm at the gym, I don't want to listen to music. I want to listen to a podcast. Like, so, I mean, if that's you, if you're a green, I mean, play into that, you know, I mean, this is the perfect time to have that green come out right now too, with all of this information. So just play to that strength, you know, educate your team. I mean, go out there and educate your team on the things that you're excited about, because your passion is just going to exude through, you know, the things that you're genuinely excited for. And I think that obviously is going to, you know, go hand in hand with being blue as well. So I think, I mean, pump up just that passion and excitement that you have towards, you know, not only educating yourself, but others, and just having fun with it. I think especially with blues, I mean, what's that, purple? No, yeah, anytime, I mean, with the, I mean, blue, just keeping it as fun as possible. I think, you know, the recognition pieces, posting, you know, who made the leaderboard, and challenging the team so that you can celebrate, and just celebrating the little things along the way too. Like, oh, you reached out to your 3 people today and none of them replied? Well, hey, at least you reached out to your 3 people today. You know what I mean? So like, just, you know, little things along the way. So hopefully that kind of answered it.
Hey, Logan.
Yes.
Could you recap back at the beginning? You were saying something about with the August incentive, the welcome pack, then encouraging them to do a 7-day trial.
Right.
I missed something in there.
Definitely. Yeah, I kind of breezed through that. So an example would be, so obviously we're gearing this incentive towards people to reach gold, right? So it's a big jump a lot of times from silver to gold. I mean, that's a you know, it's percentage wise, I mean, that's a big jump that you're going to make right there. And the truth is, if somebody's at 45 or 50 points and they had 2 or 3 enrollments, it's like, well, hey, if you're at 50 points and you had, you know, 3 enrollments and everybody's qualified that next month, I mean, you're going to be at, you know, 65 points, you know, ideally. So, you know, so where can you go from there? Well, I mean, not leaving any stone unturned, exhausting your resources. And one way that, and I love this because anything that I always try to think of, you know, the cause and effect. Okay, so right now this happens. Well, how you know, what wheels are going to be spinning? How can this help my future self? How can this help my future business? So when, you know, so you're that person, let's say at 50 points with those 3 enrollments. So you bring on your enrollments throughout the month. And you want them to be as well set off as possible. You want them to be set up in the best spot for them. So obviously advantageous for them to get that welcome pack. However, you also want them to, you know, be commission qualified for that month too, to earn this, you know, amazing incentive that we have. So, you know, how can we do that? You know, let's get them commission qualified. So by placing that separate order for these 7, I mean, it can be anything. It can be the Fab 5. It can be, you know, other products to become qualified. But I love the idea of these 7-day trials, because then that person is equipped to go out there and not only have these conversations about, you know, the slim and you know, have these conversations and tell people about it. And, you know, I mean, they can share some from their welcome pack, obviously, but to have these trials to go hand out to people, I mean, that person is set up for success for going silver, because, I mean, that's a huge integral part of this incentive too. So that person right there, you're helping yourself go gold, and you're also developing a silver. And like, you know, they were saying, you can develop 1,000 silvers if you want, you know, I mean, you can develop as many as possible. So I think, you know, getting people in that thought process, and of course, having a customer place an order as well. I mean, they can come on and, you know, bring on a customer and have that customer get them commission qualified too. But yeah, couple different ways to go about it.
Another thing that I don't remember if I shared this here, but I shared it in the video on the team page the other day, is they can even order, like if they have parents or some friends that live close by, they can even order some products through their own back office and just get reimbursed. And if they hit that 100 PV, you would even incentivize them a little bit if they wanted to do something like that, which I thought was kind of a cool idea, just to help a few other people try the products.
Definitely. No doubt. Is there any other questions? Anything?
Look like it.
Cool.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks so much, guys, for hopping on. Katie, did you have a question?
Oh, I do have a question. I know I'm new to this, and I feel like it's just been like a whirlwind since I started like almost 3 months ago. But I'm now having people that are like interested in the business, and I am just not good at that. So I think I haven't read all the books, but I definitely think I'm the yellow person that you guys are talking about. I'm good at sharing the products with people, getting them excited. I've got tons of people coming in like that. I'm not that go-getter, let's work the business. And I've got a girl that called today. It's like on fire, wants to sell it to the whole world. And she wants to meet tomorrow. I'm just not like, I don't know what to do now.
That's okay, Katie. I think that was me. Like I accidentally became silver. I was passionate about the products. And then some people organically started sharing and running. And then I was like, whoa, what happened? So.
And hey, Katie, that's what Jan and I are here for. Start a 3 or 4-way chat. Obviously, I'm out of the States right now, but Jan's there. And when I get back, that's what we're here for. We want to help you all along the way. So do not hesitate.
Plug your people in definitely to 3-way chats, because that's what your sponsors can do, is they can basically take the ball and teach you while they're teaching your runner or runners.
And call me. You know I love to go to lunch. So just call and we'll go to lunch.
Three-way calls would be very important, super important. Those are some of the resources that Logan was talking about to utilize. Also, in the meantime, pour yourself into personal growth, whether it's the compensation plan, whether it's Pro by Eric Worre, whether it's Millionaire by Halftime by Presley Swaggerty. All of those resources will help you to gain more and more confidence in light of sharing the business.
And you can't do something wrong either. Like organically, your natural reds and runners are going to do it regardless of what you say or don't say. Like that's just how it works. And so if they're on a team page, you've plugged them into a huge resource. They have a back office. They have their success guide. Plug them into. What's that?
They're not on Facebook.
Oh.
Okay.
So they need to get on Facebook. And use their success guide, and that will be huge, in their back office, because it's all there, even the training videos on there. But yeah, definitely they want to get on Facebook, and you can be successful even if you just start on Facebook.
Right.
You can just teach them the ropes on how to find the team page, and they have a huge resource there. And you have a huge resource in Angie and Janelle.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you.
I have a question, and I feel kind of silly asking it. This Instagram and hashtagging is all so brand new to me, and I don't really understand how to use the hashtags. Like I thought my hashtags were supposed to be matching whatever was going on in my picture or something like that. Is that not the case?
Go ahead.
Oh, no, go for it.
Well, one thing I was thinking about doing, I wrote down here, I'm going to do a video, Facebook Live video on Instagram for tomorrow.
Oh, yay.
It's something I've been messing around. Megan's been telling me for a while, hey, get on Instagram. And I'm thinking, I don't have time for Instagram. Honestly, Instagram makes Facebook easy because, and I'll explain more of this tomorrow, Instagram's where it's at, honestly. Facebook is great. So what I'm using Instagram for is just kind of like the knock on the door. And if they invite me in, I send them to Facebook, and that's where I talk to them. So, but Instagram is definitely where it's at. And there's some apps that you can download that I'll talk about tomorrow. One of them is called the Hash Me app. It's incredible.
It'll generate hashtags for you.
It'll tell you what the most popular hashtags are for your. I hashtagged Weber Grill and Kingsford Charcoal the other night. I mean, I'm hashtagging everything. I've got friends from I have no idea where, all countries we don't even have products in yet. I'm becoming friends with. Instagram is definitely where it's at.
Bridget Ryan has a call on how she utilizes Instagram, so definitely check that out. She has signed over 400 level ones, and some of her jewels were found on Instagram. Her immediate family and friends did not want to do Plexus with her, so she created a new network using Instagram.
Well, that's how I've tried to do it, and I've trying to mimic her Instagram, how she says about the pictures and stuff like that. That's why I'm like, what do I do with the hashtags?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so that'll be nice, Justin. Thank you.
Yeah, I used to write just weird stuff behind the hashtag, like funny things, and then I realized, man, they are actually used for something. Huh? Who knew? So they're incredible.
Okay, are you done? Does anyone else have a quick question?
Nothing. I just want to let everybody know too, really quick. So tomorrow, Jake Hoffman and I, the other coach in the Central, we are kicking off our first ever Central Region team call that we're doing. They are the first Friday of the month, and then also the third Friday of the month. So we have up to 500 people can join. I shot out the link to Megan and Justin. So just reach out to them. I'm sure they'd be happy to share it with you all. But feel free, everybody, invite you and bring your team. Seriously, happy to have everybody on there. And sorry for the short notice too, but this is something we're excited to be implementing moving forward. Having a little coaches corner with Jake and I. But yeah, and we'll be opening that up to Q&A also. But we're super excited to kick that off, and it's it'll be at 5 p.m. Central Time tomorrow. The reason was because we had to get one of the conference rooms, and that was really the only time we could. We're shooting to start it a little bit earlier. Moving forward, and we'll have it recorded too. But yeah, we're excited.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for reminding me.
Yeah, no doubt.
I'll make a graphic for the team page.
Cool.
Okay, thank you so much, Logan, for hopping on. I felt like you shared a lot of really good stuff. You're a fast talker. I was writing fast.
I always do that. Sorry. I get so in the zone, and at the end of every call, people are like, that was great, but I only understood half of it. But I'll work on that. But thank you. I appreciate it a ton. I had a great time. I really did.
All righty. We'll keep you updated about Facebook Live tomorrow. He'll pop on and let everyone know what time he's going to hop on. Okay. Thank you, guys. You guys have a great week.
Bye, everybody.